this is just a quick overview of the BPL's batching system. What you see in front of it is a mimic of the plant. Starting on the left hand side, we have the aggregate section with the aggregate bins, which you can have as little or as many to suit your plant as required. Below there we have the weigher. This is the weight in the weigher. This is the capacity of the weigher. We then show the moisture values in the aggregate bins associated with each material. In this particular application, we've got air cannons which we can enable and disable. Your plant may or may not have them. This is the cement section. The silos are set up to either display from the stock value or from a transducer in the silo the actual contents. In this particular application, we've also got a pressure display of the actual pressure in the silo, and we can also control the fill pipe from there. So if we want to open and control the filling of the silo, we can open and close that by clicking on, which opens the silo and it enables the eye level alarm. This is the cement weigher with a screw diverter on the bottom, diverting to mixer 1 or mixer 2. Here's the aggregate diverter. This is the water section with the water feeder, which is a meter in this instance, with a diverter to mixer 1 or mixer 2. We're using this graphics display of a diverter such that we're missing all the pipes off, which gives you a clearer screen with not being cluttered by all the pipes. This is the admix section, and then this is what we call the control panel. So this can, when the plant's running in automatic, it's highlighting the button in green there, or if we select manual, we can select manual, and then what appears on the plant are all the manual control buttons. So we can then effectively control the plant in manual. Starting conveyors such as this, starting mixers, and so on, which can be automatically controlled. This is the mixer door controls. This is the mixer washout. So we interlock the mixer washout with the batching cycle such that you can't do a batch if the wash is taking place. So it's interlocking the system like that. So we won't start a wash there. Over on this side here, again, dependent on the plant, we can control the compressor, the air compressor or the aeration compressor, and then miscellaneous bits and bobs if you want to control loading lights or display the air pressure status, reset any faults, overload faults, motor overload faults that is. We can put them buttons on there. In the bottom section here, this is showing the current state of the two mixers here. So if we set a recipe up, so right, let me just go back to this. This is the hoppers below the mixer. In the hoppers we can first of all set a recipe. So these are all the recipes that are preset. During this short introduction I won't go into how you set up the recipes, but it's a very straightforward system, and you just enter in per batch, per meter, or whatever unit you want to use, the amount of materials you want. So we then put the plant into auto, we press set. This then brings up a recipe of the total weights that's going to be batched. We can now put this into a run condition and call a batch. And what we have displayed is the targets for all the different materials. With this one being a weigher, they are discharged one at a time. The graphic shows the material flowing from the actual hopper, and you've got two speeds. So when the gate is fully over to the right, it's fully open, and as it goes on to slow speed, you see the width of the actual animation reduce. This is the weight in the actual weigher. This value below it with the tick symbol is the achieved value. This is the achieved this is the target value. So this is the achieved and this is the target. So this hopper here is controlling this mixer. It's requesting a particular batch. Now you could have multiple hoppers that could be served via a skip or whatever. This hopper is controlling this mixer. So if we start this mixer and then we set up a recipe for that one, you can select the water and you can set what batch size you want. And again, it shows the actual weights that it's going to batch. And then we put this one into run, and this one's now running. So now it'll alternate between the two. So this is hopper 1, this is hopper 2, and it's telling you which route it's going in, what the balance is, what's in the weighers, what's in the mixer, and how many has been completed. At the top of each feeder group we have a bit of text that shows you what is actually happening, what that feeder group is doing. Same in the mixer. And then also on the mixer we have additional information like what the mixer current is, what this bottom value with the delta symbol is the change in mixer current from an empty mixer. So you can see the batching, and then the door will automatically open, or we can throw it into manual mode. So the door's opening and discharging. If we can actually put the door into manual mode so it'll go into the hopper. If we go up to here, we can show the reports. So this is showing the reports here, and it's grouped together by use point. So this is the summary. So this is the use point here. So it's showing you what recipe has been loaded, how many batches has been done, how long it took. If we go to summary, we can then drill down, and it shows you the target and achieved of every material for that particular batch. Or we can go into details, which gives you the information per batch together with the duration that it took and the mixer current when the mixer was empty and the mixer current when it was actually discharging. So there's more information shown there. We can look at events, which tells you any mouse click that can also be logged. These reports can then be exported here to one of the various formats that's built into the system. So we can export them to a PDF file, to a spreadsheet, to a document, or rich text format. So what you see on this screen here can be exported to them different formats, or using this button here we can print out straight away. So that's just a quick overview of the reports for that particular load. There's more reports built into the system. If we go to this navigator, this now takes you through to all the settings that there are on the system, and again accesses control relevant to the operator's rights, or the user's rights should I say. So if we go down to the reporting section and we go into material usage and we look at material usage today, that tells us what the target was.
Error. Sand. Under tolerance. Load error. Minus 90 kilograms.
So what we've got going off in the background is a batch, and it's just saying that there's an error. We've got the speed synthesizer on there as well, so we just accept that and it'll continue. Also, while we're over here, at the end of each load, if you get down below a certain level, stock level that is, it can prompt you to do a reorder. So that's what they're. But back to this report, material target, what's been achieved in automatic, what the error is, how much has been discharged in manual, and what the total usage is. And again, that can be done over a range. So we've got these quick reports where you can look at the usage today, this week, this month, or you can actually go to the report selector and select a date range in there. So you can filter by different ranges, date range here, so you can select the date range required. So you can go this month, or you can go from, and you can select a date from to. So you can select all the different reports down here. Materials used, you've got all the different reports here. So there's an extensive reporting system in there. So that's just a quick overview of the BPL batching system.